key level that's marked out, right? We have the same key level that we're looking for a potential buy. Now this is the exact same key level. Let's head down to the 1 minute chart. So now that we're on the 1 minute chart, what you can see is the same exact price action. But when I zoom into this over here, we get opened up to quite a new world of price, which you can't get from, a regular candlestick chart, right? And we're going to break this down and we're going to break this down, sorry, and understand the interaction between buyers and sellers, right? So we understand things in terms of the delta, in terms of volume, in terms of the overall transactions, right? So again, remember what I said, right? Let's see this. We have a positive strong delta over here, strong delta coming down below, strong delta. So coming into this supply zone, we have a lot of aggressive buying. That's also backed up with the fact that we have some volume. We've got strong volume in this candle, and we also have the majority of the buying itself, the aggressive buying up here, right? So just to give people some context, as price came into this zone, we understand there's this wick over here, right? So this is kind of like you get this kind of rejection, if you like, this wick from a rejection. But when we actually further dive into this candle, what we understand is that the majority of the majority, I mean, what does this candle actually tell us? The majority of the volume occurred where the wick occurred, and we have a lot of aggressive buying at the top, right? Now from here, the buying starts to slow down. We start to get aggressive selling. Now here's where things get very interesting, right? Where you can see how prices now started to come down from this supply, and we understand aggressive sellers kick in at this level, right? So from here now, the volume kicks up towards the bottom and we see aggressive selling towards the bottom of the candle. We do have some aggressive buying, but we see aggressive selling, right? Down here as well, we see 0 and 16, right? 14 and 0, right? So when we see a 0 on the right represents the ask. Remember that. The right represents the ask. And the thing to understand is that when you have 0 market participants hitting the ask, that means you have no aggressive buying. You only have aggressive selling. If you look at this candle over here, what's very interesting is that you have a red candle over here, right? So this now is a red candle. This is I believe this is 10 a.m. Eastern time, right? So this candle over here, this 10 a.m. Eastern candle, if we just zoom into this candle and look at what's happening from an order flow perspective, from a footprint perspective, we understand that this candle here had a lot of its volume down here towards the bottom, and the majority of the volume was actually aggressive selling. The reason you can see aggressive selling is, yes, you can read the actual footprint chart itself, and you can read the fact that it's 391 by 233, 91 by 34, 319 by 107. So you can see that the volume is high at the bottom, but you can also see with the red over here that aggressive sellers were active at this zone, right? Aggressive sellers were being active. And the most interesting thing I want people to understand now is that these aggressive sellers, despite all of their effort to push the market down, price ultimately broke through this zone, right? Price broke through this zone, as you can see, right? So this is what validates our demand zone, right? Think about this. We're at a demand zone, right? Let's just go back to the charts itself. When we're at a